sourdough bread, and in my mixture I use 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, and I use just one of my very large brown eggs from my chickens. And this is a very light recipe. I'm not using any butter, and that reduces the calories. Well, there's our finished island-inspired toast. It's just a little take off of French toast using coconut milk. It's delicious. I'm serving this with a boiled egg, and it's low in calories because we didn't use any butter.
Congratulations, video. Congratulations on your wedding. Congratulations.
Talk with you about the process of achieving whatever goals that you want to achieve. Number one, I want you to get a 3x5 card. And I want you to carry it with you every day. On one side, I want a picture of the goal that you want to achieve. I had a picture of the home. I'd identify the home. It's very important. You keep the thought in your mind. You have a visualization of that goal and that dream. How many ever thought about somebody and they call you out of the blue? Raise your hands, please. So I was just about to call a friend yesterday, and the phone started ringing. Our thoughts have magnetic power. The reason only 1% of people reach their goals is because 99% of people become victims of what I call weapons of mass distraction. They're distracted, more concerned about what Donald Trump is going to do next as opposed to how they're going to reach their goal and their dream. So you have to harness your mind. Hear me clearly on this. They did a study, the 26-year most exhaustive study ever done. It's called Learned Optimism, to find out what is it that causes people to succeed, what is it that causes people to fail. They discovered between the ages of 0 and 5, a word is formulated in your heart. And that word is either yes or that word is no. It's either yes or no, based upon your circumstances, based upon your parents, based upon the educational system, based upon your environment. And given my environment, I had to work real hard because I came up in an environment of poverty. See, during 0 and 5, a child determines what's available to them and what's not available to them. And so, what I did is what you're doing right now. This is the first step. I got involved actively in a program to change my mindset. Write this down. Read 30 to 40 pages of something positive every day. Every day, you're programming your mind. Read 30 to 40 pages of something positive every day. 2, I want you to go to LesBrownMotivation.com. There you'll find 3 videos. I want you to watch them for 90 days. 3 videos. One's called It's Not Over Till I Win. I'm speaking to over 80,000 people in the Georgia Dome. One's called You Deserve. It's an Emmy Award-winning special that I did. Another one called It's Possible. As you watch this, every day, you're reading these pages of 30 to 40 pages of something positive every day. You're looking and saying, I give thanks for whatever that dream is that you have. Things will begin to happen. I remember driving my mother in North Miami Beach, and I wanted to make sure that she would like the home that I saw for her. And when we drove in this area, she said, whoa, Leslie, slow down. I said, what is it, Mama? She said, slow down, boy, slow down. And as I slowed down, she said, look at that big, beautiful mansion. And I stopped, and she said, boy, if I lived in something like that, I would feel like Mrs. Rockefeller. Now, Mrs. Rockefeller is the wife of John D. Rockefeller, who was a multi-billionaire during that time. I said, you really like that, Mama? She said, yes. And so I started the process. I didn't have a contract. I got the contract, and I was building my speaking career. And when you make a commitment, give yourself a minimum of what it is you're going to do a day. People who know me, they know I have a callus on my left ear. I made a minimum of 50 calls a day. I made a minimum of 25 face-to-face contacts with people a day to build my business. Now, and the reason I had to do that lot to overcome to develop credibility and develop a level of acceptance in the area where I wanted to go. I used to go see Zig Ziglar, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, and Zig Ziglar for years, and Wayne Dyer, and my heart said, I can do that. How do you like to help people? Raise your hands, please. Fantastic. And then when I would get outside going to my car, my mind would kick in. It would become logical and practical and realistic. Let's run. You don't have a college education. Let's run. You never worked for a major corporation. And by the time I got to my car, I talked myself out of it. And a gentleman that I had a chance to eulogize, he helped to change my life. I never forget it. When I walked in his classroom one day, I was in the 11th grade, and he said, young man, go to the board and work this problem out for me. I said, oh, sir, I can't do that. He says, why not? I said, I'm not one of your students. He said, look at me. Yes, sir. Go to the board and work the problem out anyhow. And the other students started laughing and said, he's Leslie. He's D.T. His twin brother is small. He's a twin. But he's D.T. He said, what's D.T.? He's a dumb twin. And the kids erupted in laughter, and I said, I am, sir. And he came from behind his desk. He looked at me. He said, don't ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Became a turning point in my life. On one hand, I was humiliated, but on the other hand, I was liberated because he looked at me with the eyes of Goethe, who said, look at a man the way that he is, don't even become his words. Look at him as if he were what he could be. Then it becomes what he should be. And so this man helped me to become exposed to techniques and strategies and some of those things that we share with you now of how I could change my reality. How many of you are ready for a big change in your life? Raise your hands, please. How many of you would like to have more time for yourself? Raise your hands, please. Now, I love to travel. Cerny and Michelle, I don't know where they are from Malaysia. My business partners, there they are. My business partner from Malaysia, and we've been to over 22 countries together. That is very, very exciting. Give Cerny a round of applause. All right? Where is she? And there she is. I've been looking at. Here's Michelle. Stand up, Michelle. Give Michelle a round of applause. Global partners. Because it's a small world now, and you want partnerships. In order to make it, there are three things that's important. First one, I gave you, and that is to restructure your thinking. That's number one. Number two, and I'm going to walk you through the process, to increase your skill set. The skill set in the domestic economy will not serve you in this global economy. And three, you want to have collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. Write that down. Collaborative, people you can work with. Achievement-driven. Most people, their relationships are entertainment-driven. Achievement-driven, supportive relationships. So, Cerny and Michelle, because of their technical knowledge, they've accelerated my ability to increase my ability to earn more. Now, Dr. Julie Van Button, now this is the love of my life, and today is her birthday. Stand up, Dr. Julie. Let us say happy birthday. Let's say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Give another round of applause. Now, this is important what I'm about to say to you. Have someone in your life who can see what you can't see in you. Now, today's her birthday, but because of her, I'm celebrating a lot of birthdays. Because of her, when I was in Florida Hospital, and they said, Mr. Brown, your PSA, and that stands for prostate-specific antigen, is 2,400, and cancer's metastasized to 7 areas of your body this relationship doing to me? Am I growing mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, intellectually, and financially? You earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. You want people around you that encourage you, people around you that you can learn from. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough out of Atlanta said, if you're the smartest one in your group, you need to get a new group. This is real. Most people don't know people rub off. And so you have to start thinking about people that's in your life and begin to detoxify your life. Let people go who are not going in the same direction that you're going in. Let people go who don't have goals and dreams. Repeat after me, please. Let go. Or be dragged. Yeah, you got to let some people go or they are going to drag you down. How many of you know that? Raise your hands, please. Very good. Now, here's something else. Challenge your thinking. I didn't do what I'm doing now for 14 years because of the fact that I believe what was said about me. What people believe about how you live your life is a result of the story you believe about yourself. So when I would go see Zig Ziglar, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, and Robbins, and I would see those guys, and my heart would say, I can do that. And then my mind would ask, how? How do you ever saw something you wanted to do, and then you ask how, and you talk yourself out of it? Raise your hands, please. Let me give you a breakthrough moment right now. Get ready. Are you ready for it? I went to see Zig Ziglar, and this guy speaking on the program. This guy was not a great speaker. In fact, he was below average. And he put people to sleep, but I didn't go to sleep because I drove a long way to be there and to be in this environment because I was looking for a breakthrough in my life. My mother had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and I was in a dispute with my brothers and sisters. They wanted to put her in a nursing home. I had a problem with that. How can one woman raise 7 children who couldn't take care of themselves, but 7 grown people couldn't take care of one woman? I had a problem with that. And so I was looking for an answer. Am I making sense to you on this? I was looking for an answer, and I love to help people. And so this guy, he spoke, and it was